Okay, this video is a demo for my 15112 term project. So after the user runs the program, you can see the user can see a tutorial boxes here, which tell the user what the program is used for. So the program is used to help the user visualize those social networks data, and also tells the user what kind of data the program expects, and also the diagram about how the network layout algorithm works. So here is the user interface of the program. Left hand side, control panel. Right hand side is the canvas. And let's roll the data. So I can prepare several network data sets here. So let's first try this one. So after the data is loaded, there will be a window shows the preview data. First, it will show the first 10 record. And we can see after we loaded the edge data, the nodes already here. And we can also load the node data, which contain information about each node. We can see the data we have the information about occupation, ages, and gender for each node. So we could start manipulating the data. So we could drag each point, we could move it around, we could change the color, we could make it larger or just make the node larger. And let's run the algorithm. So what the algorithm would do is to iteratively assign a position for the node. So eventually those connect node would stay together. But the algorithm try to place them in a position that is evenly distributed. So instead, at the same time, you still manipulating the node. You can also display the node attribute using this function here. For example, when I click occupation, node with different occupation have different colors. Or I can do something for the gender, so the male is orange and the female is red. And it can also plot numeric data, and we just need to select different colors here. So you can see people with lower ages would have color close to this one, and people with higher ages would have color close to the oranges. And you could see that the algorithm would dynamically change the precision of the node, so it will automatically convert to a certain stata. Even though I check the node, it would just return to the stable status. But this network is not very realistic because it's too simplified. So let's try a little bit more complicated data here. So this is just some shortcut that I use to load the data here. And let's also run it. And so the objective of the algorithm is that eventually it would move so if there's some cluster inside the network data, the program would eventually move one cluster in an area and move to another cluster in another areas. So this data is the so each node represents an employee in a certain company, and they come from different departments. So you can see the marketing is the orange is finance and the IT departments. So we could see there's like a clear cluster for each department, and also we could see there's some person who maybe work with the IT department before, so it build or work with the financial department before, so it kind of serve as a bridge to connect this cluster and this cluster. So basically using this tool can do a lot of analysis. So you could also see here there's some parameters. So what this parameter is doing is, so this is the parameter for the layout algorithm. So the layout algorithm, what the layout algorithm is doing is that for those connecting nodes, it simulates an attractive force between them so they will be pulled together. And for the other node, they would simulate a repulsive force so then they could like move away from each other. So when we run the program and then we like increase attractive forces, the node would be stay closer to each others so the user can manipulate the graph to manipulate the parameters here. Okay, so let's um, do analysis on a more realistic data. So this is the data for my personal Facebook account, and it consists like 400 notices and more than thousands of 4,000 of addresses. You can see as the data set grows larger, the running speed becomes slower because the big O of the algorithm is n squared. So basically, what I would expect for the layout is that um, it would probably end up with two clusters because I have a group of friends I met in China and I have another group of friends I met in the US. So I would expect the algorithm eventually give me a layout that it put every person I met in US to a certain areas and another uh, the rest of my friend in other positions. And then we could start seeing there's some patterns here already, and let's try to plot the data. So we have some characteristic here. We have the gender. You see this pretty much evenly distributed, um, and also the locate. The locate is the language the user uses. So you can see the yellow represent the user uses English. So you can see here is pretty much the people I met in US, and here's the my friend back in China. But I don't have a lot of friends who use Chinese friends use Facebook, so explain why there's fewer nodes here. And yeah, we could also do the similar thing like check in your check uh, the data for a certain node. And that's it. Thanks for watching.